Canavare, mame. Are Canavare, mame. Bafana bana se ba le teng. Ke ditaba tse le tsamakeneng. Bona hape ha ka pala metix. Okay, let me address the facts. Wa tshwana le abatho. Le tla etsa. Serele phakati inside.
2litreBoiZ kara game
ka sebele di pusha ka lane
ka sibile pusha ka late ka fihla ka 80.
They have no idea what we talk about. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. This is the 2litreBoiZ podcast. I know I'm not Papa, the usual guy. Mell is still around. Papa is just a busy guy.
Yeah, he's too busy.
He's a busy guy, you know. But
he knows what he's doing.
as soon as the 2litreBoiZ EP comes out, he's gonna be there for all the visuals, for everything, the gigs, everything. I'm just gonna be filling in for the podcast part. Of course, whenever he can come through, he'll definitely come through and do what he's supposed to do. And so, in the meantime,
Hibari.
we gotta proceed to
Okay.
give you what you need. So, man, you know, so ke batla explain a lot like, look, guys, hi bane lo re le thola hore podcast like, yo, maybe the topics tsa lona gentsai le ba sira saholo, like, you know, I can bring ntho tse because me
Fun
and
stuff.
Mell are like very
Fun stuff.
Me and Mell are like very how can I say, we discuss some grown-up stuff. And maybe that might not be the thing, but if it is, maybe then, you know, we get to really find our crowds with you
Yeah.
guys. We want to prove that, like, in South Africa, there's some really smart people, and we don't have to always talk about slay queens
Slay
and
queens, popping balloons,
tenderpreneurs and
tenderpreneurs about the tender.
you know, like, but like, so re kopa le re jwetse if re le bora too much on the comment section. Maybe we can do some
Comment,
improvements,
like,
you know.
subscribe. Don't forget.
Yeah. So we can do some improvements and then building kaofela, guys. And so, like, even that will give us the it will encourage us to be consistent moving forward as well. You know.
True.
So
true,
yeah,
true.
guys, we're just trying to give you guys a roundabout. As you know, rona re mashita villaging jantse reploma makeneng kwaqwa and
Thaba di
basically,
Mashwa.
yeah, that's in the Free State, South Africa. So and well, of course, Rabasot. So
Yeah, 100%.
it's a perspective of which within South Africa, I feel like there isn't enough of us talking. I've seen a lot of Zulu guys. I've seen a lot of Limpopo guys do their thing. I've seen a lot of like Xhosa people do their thing. I've seen a lot of genres as well just pop into this thing. So, you know, we're trying to also represent. I mean, we're from a very, very sort of secluded place.
Yeah, Kwakwa.
Like
Like it's bordered by mountains, you know.
yeah, literally next door to Lesotho.
Yeah, literally. If
Yeah,
you jump the
but-
Dragon's Mountains, you
But
are
we are South
literally in Lesotho.
African citizens, so don't come here with that.
Come here with that nonsense.
With that, I'm South African. Anyways, so we just want to, you know, bring in our different perspective to a range of different topics, you know. So without wasting time,
Any further
let's just jump into the first one. We are very musically inclined people, ne? And so the Grammys just happened last night. I don't know. Did you watch them?
Nah, I didn't watch them, but I saw.
Did you at least go
I saw
into
Chris Brown
Twitter?
got one.
Yeah, did you go into Twitter and check out?
Nah. I didn't have the time. In this.
Yeah.
I was busy transferring videos and stuff. So
Yeah.
didn't have the time.
Okay, so yeah, I won't really go too deep into it, but like, I gotta just say, man, like, if anything, this has to have been, for hip hop at least, one of the most satisfying
Grammys ever. You
nights
reckon?
ever. It's possibly ever, especially for hip hop.
Yeah.
Dog, like, I'm telling you right now, everything, dude. I think Kendrick got nominated 5 times and he won all 5.
Whoa.
Yeah, the guy left with holding, like, you know how they do it, holding like 5
Big ups to
Grammys.
Kendrick.
Dog. Very well deserved, dog. We went from people talking about like, yo, can such a song, because, you know, a lot of people are very weird like that. They're like, you know, people that don't understand hip hop, the
Yeah.
people that came in during the Lil Wayne era.
Yeah.
who understand hip hop as this thing where like they're not even used to beefs. Like Wayne never got into like real beefs like that. Like,
not really.
so they're not used to that. Like so they're used to a beef as like what Drake does. So just because like Kendrick came through
And he wiped
and
it.
really showed them. He came through with that Tupac energy, bro. That's the sort of beats we know. He came through with
Drake
that
fans are
Nas
gonna
energy.
kill you.
I don't care, bro. Because look, dude, I wouldn't say I'm a hater of Drake.
Yeah,
You know, but I also wouldn't say I'm a fan. Now, if you ask me this about 4 or 5 years ago, I'd probably be like, dude, I'm a fan, you know, but I wasn't like, I stopped listening to like full Drake albums a long time ago.
I think Scorpion, that's when I.
Yeah, that was the last one. Because, like, after that, I remember a lot of people were hyped for a lot of stuff. The one with 21 Savage, I skipped even that. Like, I think it's hell lost.
I didn't really listen to that.
Yeah.
I remember.
So, for me, like, yeah, like, 5 years, I'd be like, I'm a fan, but, like, I wouldn't be like, yo, like, this is the best rapper alive, whatever, you know? I don't look at music in terms of, like, who's killing the charts. Like, I feel like Billboard's charts are, like, one of the most superficial things ever. Like, I don't get how that... Like, there's a lot of, like, hood hits. Like,
But
a
they
lot
never
of
make-
Young Thug stuff that were killing... A lot of Lil
They
Wayne
never
stuff
make it
that
on
was
the
killing
list.
it back then. Those things never charted, bro.
Nah,
Like,
they
they never charted. And... to us, those were hits. So I don't look to the billboards to tell me what's a hit. Or I don't look to those records to tell me that, like, yo, this guy's almost about to pass Michael Jackson. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. Michael Jackson was, like, selling out
Physical copies.
physical copies. Like, you know, so
There's a difference.
I just felt like this was the most... Dude, Doechii one.
Don't you want?
She also performed. Dude, amazing performance. I'm sure there's gonna be some people that are gonna be like, she got kind of nude for people that are sensitive like
people
that. But
need to
if
stop being
you've
sensitive.
ever gone to a beach, then that was nothing.
That was
Okay,
nothing, yeah.
that's normal.
You
Like,
can
don't-
accept it at the beach, but
yeah, because she has an amazing body, dog. Doechii has a great body. So, and
Dark
because there was, I
chocolate.
think I've seen her perform. Well, not Bloma Mzansi. Like, I haven't seen her live, but like I've watched her perform. Like, I think it was like Budisama Jam Zeta thing and all those stuff. Like South by South, whatever it was there. So like she was in her underwear there too, and so like I feel like it's just part of her thing. But like, you know, with Doechii, they've been hating so hard, bro. Like there's this weird Doechii hate that I don't understand. They're literally calling they're calling. Of course, we all know where this is coming from. They're calling it slave music, Harriet Tubman music, and all
Why?
this stuff. Because it's like that Drake gave them that permission. You know where? When he did that line where he's like, why you always rapping like you're trying to free the slaves? Or he rapping like he about to get the slaves freed
Freed.
or something
I know
like
that,
that.
Kendrick.
Yeah, on that line. So
Yeah.
from that point on, they've sort of been using that. So like anything that's above like stab, shoot, grr, grr, spin the block, it's suddenly called boring Harriet Tubman music because it has some sort of consciousness to it. And which is where I'd really be like, yo, if you're a Drake fan and you really going along those opinions, like, I would advise that you reconsider that because you're gonna lose out on a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna lose on a lot
This
of fans.
blind following, dog, of just because like one of the ones that broke my heart was Caesar Lomo. Like, you know, but like not like in
He's
a
a
deep way.
big fan of Drake.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Caesar Lomo.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like it's not that deep where like I'm losing sleep over it, like, because I know there's gonna be people like, you, how are you letting a grown ass man that doesn't even know you break your heart? It's not that deep. I'm just saying, like, I look up to the guy, you know. Of course, I'm not gonna agree with him on a lot of stuff, but like the way he sort of like also came out on Twitter when the beef was going on and stuff, like the confidence, and the vitriol against Kendrick was kind of, it's disturbing, dog, because it's like,
Then what?
I feel like you're smarter than this. You got a great ear for this. Like, I mean, you know, me and you, we came up, Rachel was scooping again.
Scoop and Seas.
Season Scoop.
Season Scoop.
So, like, we have a lot of respect for this guy. Like, they actually, in my opinion, they put on a lot of guys. Like, Caesar is responsible for some of your favorite rappers having a career till today, because like they even be sending their music to him. But my main point is, guys, I don't want to spend too much time talking about the Grammys, but like it was amazing. I felt like hip hop got his
what you call this? Drake fans say after Kendrick winning all of those 5 Grammys.
Me personally, I stopped paying attention to the Drake fans, because like for me, if I need to know what a Drake fan is thinking, I just need to turn on academics.
Big ass.
What's
the name they gave him?
Akadidi.
Oh.
So like whenever I feel like I need to hear what a Drake fan is thinking, I just turn on some academics and I'm like,
It's gonna be out here spiraling.
I just look at it like, they're still in the dark. They're still lost in the smoke from the beef. So I'm sure they're like trying to downplay this and all that, obviously. But like, dude, for me, I'm like, whatever, dog. But great night for hip hop, because like Kendrick won a lot. Like, I'm biased. Kendrick won.
Yeah, Kendrick
Doechii won.
okay.
I think who's the other chick from TDE? SZA won as well.
SZA
I think
won,
I think she won as well. So like, I guess TDE brought home the Grammys last night, which is really
the
cool,
coast
bro.
is winning.
That's really dope. So
New York, we're looking at you.
like, I don't know, before we leave it, I just want to get your take on just what do you think about the Grammy? Because like for me, I was excited that this night was so seemingly everything that we always wanted to happen hip hop wise, because like, okay, Beyonce won for best like with that country album of hers, so like, and apparently
she released that in 2023 or something.
Nah, I think it came out last year. Yeah, maybe beginning of the year. But like, I don't be following Beyonce like that. I think I stopped listening to Beyonce on 4. That album was great. I think it's just called 4.
4.
I love that album.
I stopped at was it Lemonade?
Oh yeah, and I think those are the later ones. I'm one of the few people on earth that never listened to Lemonade. Never listened to it.
Did it come up before?
After 4.
After 4.
4 is old, bro. Like, but like, she won as well, and apparently, she didn't win at the. She didn't. Or they were giving her attitudes, or being a bit racist or whatever. America about her on the. I think there's something called the American. And there's country awards. So AMC.
Oh, they were mad that she won a country award.
I don't think she won. I think they didn't even nominate her for that.
For country.
Those are like the country awards. Like, it's just that.
Just that.
And
separate.
Like they like the BET Hip Hop Awards. It's just hip hop that night. There's no other category. So for that one, they didn't even nominate her. So a lot of people were like, well, she got her justice because she won with the country album at Grammy. It's like, hey, we still won it anyway.
Was she nominated with some country people? Sure, but
I didn't really check.
Well, when it comes to...
Yeah, what do you think about the Grammys? I want to know.
Okay.
Because, like, for me, my main point was, like, as much as I loved what happened, I still feel like the Grammys are a fraud, too. Like, especially when it comes to, like, black culture, black music, black representation. I feel like they'll always have get it wrong one way or the other. Because, like, I mean, don't get me twisted, like, no award show gets it right at the end of the day, right? Like, but, like, the Grammys will always be blatantly wrong on a lot of stuff.
Well, I could say the Grammys will...
I'm not too confident that suddenly they've been fixed just because this year was so great.
Yeah.
But, like, I was happy about it. What do you think about the Grammys?
Well, what I think is, I think they will never... first of all, they will never get it right. Because the people that are judging... maybe 99% they don't even understand the type of music they're judging.
Yeah, I don't even understand this whole thing, how they do it. Because, like, back when I community there and special people are called, I'm already like, that's rigged.
Yeah. So I don't think they will ever get that one right. Yeah, like you say, I didn't watch the Grammys, but you did mention Jorge Kendrick won for hip hop. That was an amazing
5 Grammys.
5 Grammys. It was an
One
amazing
night.
thing, one night. But I still feel like they're only doing that because Kendrick had an impact, like a huge impact last year. You know.
I feel like they could have had an excuse to not give him the awards. Because
What
they
would
could,
be-
they could have
what
been
would
like-
be their
which
excuse?
is what a lot of other people were thinking, right? Like, hey, the song is alluding to Drake being a PDF file, and so like it's the same as there's people that believe that Kendrick won't actually perform
But
the
that's
song
hip-hop.
on the gay night in Super Bowl. There's some
Yeah.
people that believe that because these places
Did he perform it on the at the Grammys? Was he performing Kendrick?
I don't know, cause I didn't watch them. Like then now
You just saw highlights.
I just saw highlights. Like who watches the Grammy? Like who
That's the
watches
thing.
these things anymore?
Because I feel
no?
like the Grammys are majority white.
You know
It's-
why I actually even noticed that the Grammys were on? Does this how you gonna know that we weren't kidding when we said I'm a huge fan of Caesar Roma? I go into Twitter and Skikopana Caesar Roma posted a picture at the Grammys against the white tux.
Yeah.
And Kamrai, of course, is Trevor. I think that's the only reason he
Oh,
even
they were
goes
there.
to those. Yeah. So that's when I was like, oh, the Grammys were on. Like now I go to the trending.
Where was Anele?
I don't know. I
Probably
don't
there
know.
in the mix somewhere.
Maybe,
But
I mean,
yeah, she's a devoted mother
yeah, of course. Especially after the podcast
after the podcast.
that we were watching. Like, you guys should watch it sometimes. Trevor has a podcast. What is it called? What Now? I think it's called What Now
I
or
think
something
it's
like
called What Now.
that. Yeah. So, for
So,
me,
in conclusion about the Grammys, I
Yeah.
would say I feel like it's rigged. It's just like Lotto. It's
Yes.
rigged. So we can never
We'll
be
explain
satisfied
one
with the
day.
Grammys, unfortunately. But they're trying. Let's just see what this year is gonna bring, and moving forward, how will they change things? You know? Yeah.
because I feel like when we start talking about music, we just go all over the place.
We go all over the place, and then we.
But now that we have your attention, let's take it to something a topic that might not be too popular. DRC, right? Like Democratic Republic of
Democratic Republic of
Congo
Congo
versus Rwanda.
Rwanda.
As Rwanda versus South Africa.
South Africa.
You know what pisses me off about this whole thing?
What?
Like, they're acting as if it's only that. They're acting... Dude, Uganda's also sending troops. They got vested interest in the Congo. They got their guys over there. I think Burundi has some people as well. I mean, dude, there's a lot of countries that are... I think Kenya has some vested interest. So they have some soldiers there.
So-
like, it wasn't just South African soldiers that went there.
Or
and-
died. I understand.
Or died. Yeah, there's other ones that died as well. This is where I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
the
because
propaganda
we,
machine that's working
yeah,
against South Africa,
we
it
like
is
taking
working,
everything
bro.
because I mean we are the giants, if you want to call it that. I know Nigeria likes to say they're the
Yeah.
giants, but we are more like if you come to Africa, it's either South Africa or Nigeria.
But dude, what is going on? We need PR ya Rwanda. Whatever, like we need to find out what Rwanda uses as their PR team, and we need them to do that for South
But
Africa.
how can we get that? Because Paul Kagame is out here at Musa Potomani and all that stuff. Like it's gonna be difficult for us to get the real information and what's really going on in Rwanda,
Yeah.
because now the president controls everything in Rwanda. Okay, so it's gonna be difficult to do that.
Yeah, you will never find a Rwandese person, even on Twitter.
Yeah, say
you
shit
won't
about
You
Rwanda.
won't even find them. Even the ones I think that don't live in Rwanda, like, because he'll make you disappear wherever you are. Like, it doesn't matter. I remember watching this
Might
YouTube.
make us disappear.
I was watching this YouTube video, and look, I allegedly, because you can't trust everything you watch on
Yeah,
YouTube, but
on social
the sort of stuff that I watch, trust me, these guys do their research. Okay, I don't just be watching flat F guys and all this weird stuff,
People that I think the F is
conspiracy
flat.
theories and stuff. Like, I really be watching things that are logical. And like, dude, they were showing like these guys gotta take an allegiance, like, you know, like wherever they at, like at a certain time, like, you know, like how the Muslims, like they gotta pray and face Mecca at a certain time, like
You can't even
yo,
use plastic in
Paul
Rwanda.
Kagame got him like that,
He
bro.
got him on lock.
And look, dude, just do your research, but like you will find that, like, yes, he has been able to get people down, even if they're not in the country,
Yep.
even if they are in a Western country. And I think let's start this thing about the Rwanda situation in Congo and what's happening there.
Yeah.
Let's start it here. What a lot of people don't understand about this conflict is that Rwanda isn't some peacekeeping what. Like, Rwanda is working with what, if we're being real as black people in Africa, right? Like, I'm not talking to the Arabs, I'm not talking to the Indians, like Bulelo Namaburu, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking to like like Africans, you know what I'm saying? If we're being real with ourselves, who's our enemy? The West.
The West.
The West does not like us. If you do your research, you'll find that they're still plundering Africa's resources. That's why we still broke. That's why certain politicians get put in certain things. They are funding these people.
Yep.
They are, dude, these are our enemies, right? I think if you black and you don't understand that part, I don't know what we can talk
Yeah,
about, you know?
yeah.
But like, my point is like, if we can all agree that the West is our enemy, right? How then do we justify that, like, the West has not only been supporting Rwanda, right, and Paul Kagame, but like not only do they support, they support him in the way that they support like a Ukraine.
Yeah.
You won't hear any negative stuff about Ukraine, right? Even if you do, because yes, they do sometimes criticize Paul Kagame, right? But even if you do hear bad stuff about Ukraine, right? Like, what will they say? Like, well, yes, Ukraine wasn't a completely democratic country and all this, and yes, there were some Nazis, and yes, they don't treat black people as great here and stuff, right? But they'll still be like, yeah, but we gotta support them. We gotta, which is like BS, bro. Like, we don't get treated like that.
Yeah.
Like, like even right now, Trump is busy, like, straight up saying that he's taking the funds. He's given the reasons now. He's saying he's taking the funds from Africa.
Yeah,
he's
I
gonna
saw-
halt that literally because we are apparently not treating the white people right. He didn't say the white people, but
I saw a video earlier on today.
Yeah.
About AfriForum saying, I think one of news outlets were interviewing one of the AfriForum, whatever. I
Of
don't
course
know.
they did.
So he was saying that US should put South Africa under sanctions. I have a problem with
This
that.
is literally treasonous.
I have a problem with if you're a white person sitting there in your palace there, been chowing all the money that you got from your great grandfather who colonized South Africa, been getting free money all your life. You don't know how to. You have never worked hard in your life ever before, and you're just gonna come here and tell us that the United States should come and sanction South Africa. Who do you think is gonna? Who do you think those sanctions are gonna affect?
Dude.
Are they gonna affect you, white person sitting in your mansion, or are they gonna affect poor black people in villages that are trying to get their ends meet? Yeah,
I
Tell
think
me
that's
that.
what they want. I think that is the goal. They don't care about us.
They don't care.
The thing about these people, I get them. Like, I think as black people in South Africa, like, as much as the foreigners love coming here and being like, yo, you guys love the white people, we all know that's bullshit.
Yeah,
we are very aware that the whites don't like
They
us.
don't
And
like-
trust me, we are. The thing is, black people don't have hate in their hearts. Like,
Yeah.
I know me personally. Okay?
They're
I'm
always
sure,
trying to give them a benefit of a doubt.
I'm
you
sure
know,
even like
thinking they will change.
you can believe that, like, someone
Until
like
when?
Julius hates white people. Trust me, he doesn't. Like, people don't hate. Dog, we can't do it. I don't know why. Sometimes I wish we could, because I feel like it could work to our advantage to really just, But like, the way I look at it is, dude, in which country do you think it's possible for you to get in their media space, right?
Yeah.
That's reporting to their people, right? And say that, like, this country should be sanctioned.
No way.
Where do you think that's possible?
No
This
way.
is literally treasonous.
Yeah.
Like, in any other country, dog, they probably hang you.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I'm like, dude, the problem with us is that, like, as long as people, I think some people get that, but like our media does not, there's no media that I know in South Africa that's for black people. What is it? Newsroom Africa or whatever, apparently is owned by a bunch of foreigners. So, which makes sense why whenever there's something happening in South Africa, they go get a foreigner to report about it, which is again, where this is not normal. The fact that South Africans are up in arms asking these questions like, how is this possible? How is it that
we living nice, yeah.
how is it that your own media can tell you things that let's do this
People are
thing that's
comfortable.
gonna hurt the people of this country.
Yeah.
Let's tell these people that they are xenophobic. Let's tell, like, what is going on? Like, we don't have a patriotic media in any level, dog. I haven't seen it. They're not talking about anything important in any level. I can name you down to the Lesedi FM, Ukhozi Ing. Dude, there's no conscious anything going on.
Yes.
So when it comes to this Congo thing, right? That's why I'm like, Rwanda is supported, Paul Kagame, because they don't care. Like, the West doesn't care about Rwanda. They
don't-
care about
their
They
minerals.
care about who's this guy? Paul Kagame and his militia and what they can bring to them in the most discreet way, in the most underground way, in the way that they don't have to be scrutinized as to like, why are you guys even doing this? Why are you guys? Because like
They know the involvement of Paul Kagame,
Yeah,
but
well-
they will never do anything because
yeah,
they're
they
in bed
won't.
with him.
Exactly. So that's where I'm always like, if you want to, because like, look, dude, I think there's a lot of Africans that have a lot of respect for Paul Kagame, right?
Yeah.
We all saw what he did, like Rwanda, like, dude, from a genocide to what he turned it into. And even that's why I'm saying they got an insane propaganda machine, because like the rest of Rwanda doesn't look like Kigali, guys.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And Rwandese people aren't like super rich or something like
Yeah,
that. You
no,
know what I'm saying?
they're
Like,
not.
these guys, it's Paul Kagame and mainly his
The
tribesmen and his elite guys, and you know, like, those are the guys eating. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we are saying that, like, because they are saying like, look, we are trying to protect our fellow tribesmen, and we are also trying to stop the guys that ran there after the genocide because they're causing problems, so we gotta make sure they don't do anything weird and all that. I'm just sitting there on some like, if that's the case, then what are you guys doing with the minerals? Why didn't get minerals and all this?
Because I
smuggling?
still feel like
We all know what's going
Rwanda
on, yeah?
has no business in doing anything in the Congo.
Yeah, 'cause
they have
again,
no business at all.
Even him, Paul Kagame says, the guys in the what, M23, right? They're like, those guys aren't Rwandese. Like, he's like, no, those guys are, even though we know that ethnically they are like part of his tribesmen.
Yeah.
But like, even those guys have a different name, right? Kind of Malungulele or something like that. They have a completely different tribe name. They're not like Hutus or Tutsis or something like that. Like, they have a completely different name within Congo. Now, let's move. I think we clear that Paul is wrong. Now, let's move on to them, right? They're saying, hey, we are being attacked by Congo, the main government, right? They trying to displace us and all this and all that, right? So the Congolese government has said that, like, look, guys, like, we won't do anything if you guys just lay down your arms. Now, I understand that even me, I wouldn't just be like, all right, we believe you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for you guys to then partner up with whoever you guys are partnering up with, because, like, I don't want to put anything on them, right?
Yeah.
But, like, whoever you guys is partnering up with that's helping you guys transport the minerals and all this, like, you do understand at this point you are committing treasonous acts towards the country that you're saying you are part of, which is Congo.
Which is Congo.
Right? They don't claim to be Rwandese, Lebon. They're saying they're so how are you committing if this money isn't even, if you guys aren't standing there and being like, okay, work with us so that everyone we can spread this, right? And the minerals from the south can come up and the ones in the north can come onto in the east, and everyone can really have a share, right?
Yeah.
How I would be understanding if they're like, look, we'll stop the fighting and all this if we are able to come through, sign an actual peace agreement that gives us and the government an actual contract whereby, like, you guys won't take advantage of our eastern minerals, which, like, I don't have a problem with people being like, look, as Rona, let's say, but if we find diamonds here, like, it can't be who Gauteng gets to benefit more.
No.
One tall. So I understand that part. So, but like, at the end of the day, Rona as Batwakwa, we can't also still be like, and the rest of the country will not share at all with our diamonds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, which is what I feel like is what this M23, that's the message that they are sending through. So
they
that's
want
why I'm
everything
like,
to themselves.
yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't agree with that. So you guys have to be logical about it. And if you're going to claim that we are Congolese, then work with the Congolese, right? Instead of taking advantage of their weak-ass government, which we all know. Like, their government is weak. Any competent government would have solved this a long time ago.
Long time ago.
What's your take on this?
Yo, it's a because looking at this whole thing, yeah, the DRC and Rwanda. First of all, I feel like Rwanda has no business in dealing with whatever is happening in their country. They have no rights. Yes, they can support their film. It's like saying, listen, it's like saying right now, Lesotho, Basotho, Lesotho, they are fighting amongst each other with the government and everything. Now, South Africa, because we have Sotho people here in South Africa, we demand that, because we have Sotho people here in our country as well, so those people are our people. Yes, in a sense,
yes,
but we still don't have any business trying to dispute or whatever the Lesotho government wants
we
to
have
do.
to respect each other's borders
each
and
other's
each
borders.
other's sovereignty.
Yes, the sovereignty, we need to respect that, because if not, then the whole Africa is going to be chaos.
It's gonna be chaos.
Because
bro. Can you imagine just in Nigeria alone? Ghana has people from, like Ghana has a lot of Yorubas.
Botswana, we have Botswana,
like
Botswana here in South Africa. There's Botswana in Botswana. We have
Swaziland as well.
We have
It would
Swati
be
people
chaos.
in Swaziland. We have Swati people here in South Africa. So can you see the conflict? How is it gonna escalate if we start all doing that?
That's why anyone trying to make logic of like what Paul Kagame is saying.
There's no logic.
If you saying, dude, you are just fine. They are saying that Rwanda is the largest exporter of minerals,
that
but
they don't have
them.
They don't
How
have
does
those
that
minerals.
make sense? They don't have the mines, but they have the minerals to export. You guys aren't doing no peace mission there. You guys are clearly profiting. Dude, go and look how much money is being made. Dude, you thought oil money was crazy? Psh, dude, Africa is rich.
Cobalt money is
Africa is rich. And I think we should just close it this way, right? Like, what I want for Africa is for Africans all to understand, right? Like, because I know, like, there's a lot of people that are like, South Africans are xenophobic and whatnot. Trust me, it's not majority of South African. Most South Africans understand. And we have always lived with other Africans. This nonsense of we suddenly woke up and decided to be xenophobic is such rubbish, dog. That's why I'm like, our PR, our media, everyone is working against us. It's so weird. But anyways, what I would like to say is trust me, South Africans understand that we need Nigeria to succeed. We need Zimbabwe to succeed. You know what I'm saying? But what we can't have is those nationalities or any other for that sake. This can go for any other. Angola people, Congolese people, all these people. Like, you can't then come here, exploit what we got, and illegally.
Just like the Zamas were trying to do.
Yeah, you can't do that. I don't get that. And these guys were being treated with kid gloves, brother. He's sending them food. And again, I can so to myself. But I understand what the Zama guys are doing there. Like, dude, they send themselves there. They're the ones hustling. They're the ones. How is it that then it becomes a matter of, like, that minister coming out on some, like, we'll smoke them out? Like, people are like, you can't say that. Oh. These guys are criminals.
But those
They're
are
doing
criminals.
a crime. They're
doing crime.
Why? I don't
Why
get
are you
this,
not
bro.
gonna...
It's the same as that situation when, I think it was in Limpopo, where... one of the ministers of health was like, yo, you guys coming from the border, you guys, like, Limpopo has a budget. We don't budget for the rest of you guys that are jumping the border and giving birth here and all this. Like, it then leaves the Limpopo citizens that we did actually do the budget for. So it's like you guys are taking advantage of the fact that you know that our constitution has this Ubuntu in it. You know, like that's why I get so sickened when they say we are xenophobic. When you can't do not even half. You can't do 80% of the things South Africa does for a foreigner in their countries.
their
You can't
countries.
go to Zimbabwe.
Go
and
to
get
Zimbabwe
any of
and
that.
get.
You can't.
Try to do that.
You
You'll
can't.
see what
so
they'll
I
tell
don't
you.
get why, dog. Like that woman was. She was lambasted. She was, and she was talking the truth. What does it help? That like the main people who actually fought for freedom, the people that Hannibal Twabashwa, they were fighting for those people, not for Zimbabweans. I'm sorry. Like, thanks for helping us, and we want to help you guys too. That's why we have those things where like you guys are able to open businesses here. And dude, it's not easy as a South African to just go there and ufihle, what's the Harare or ufihle Stratens. Have you seen how clean those streets are? You can't just come there or kale
Your spaza shop.
stop spaza shop. Yeah. Dude, there's rules. You know, and like the fact that they're able to come here, do things that they know they can't do in their countries, and still talk so badly about us, it messes me up.
And then they have
It
the nerve to
messes
say,
us up.
South Africans are lazy.
Dude,
Go to your country and then work there.
dude, even if it's
Leave
true,
us with our
dude,
laziness
even
here.
if it's true, even if it's true, dude, like so what?
So what? It's
I'm
our
being lazy
country.
in. It's like
It's-
how
we
you
are
come
being
to my
lazy in our
house.
country.
Nahana o
It's
fihla
not your
haka o
country.
nthola ke
Go to your
kentse
country.
underpene ke blometse sofeng ke shatwa ke moya mfethu o botla da o tlo ntjwetsa hore like oh look o dula hi oh look o etsa oh look o etsa
It's my
ma ka
house.
nako ke a tseba hore, I'm in a mansion. I'm in my sofa. I'm cozy.
I'm cool.
Ke a tseba hore o tswa mkhukhu mara o tlo tla ntjwetsa ntho e jwalo.
Yeah.
You see, this
Doesn't
doesn't
make
make sense. It just doesn't. So, my message to my fellow Africans, because like, I don't call myself a Pan-Africanist, but I support it. But not in the Julius Malema way, not in the EFF
In
way,
the EFF
not in
way.
the. I haven't had someone describe Pan-Africanism the proper way, in the modern sense, because the OGs that died for this thing actually they used to actually even be able to explain it in a very concise way. So the only person in the modern day that I've seen that can actually explain what Pan-Africanism is and actually stand on it by actions, by what he's doing, is Ibrahim Traore. That's the only guy that I've heard even say that,
The
like,
real
look,
G.
the politicians are the ones actually messing up this thing. The people are already Pan-Africanist.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice about my country letting in the Ghanaians, the whatnots. So by nature, South Africans have had to, for centuries now, for decades now, had to just be working with these people. We don't get a referendum as South Africans like, yo, we don't want people to come through the border and all this. Like, so the people are already, we've been living with these people we've
For
been
years.
Pan-Africanist, you know?
For
That's why I'm
years
like,
we've
why are
been
you trying to
living
teach
with
us
foreigners.
Pan-Africanism? Why don't you teach these politicians? Which is what Ibrahim Traore was saying. Like, the people are already united. It's
Yeah.
the politicians. Because they're the ones that are supposed to. It's Mnangagwa's responsibility. What is going on
In
with
Zimbabwe.
his people going into our stores, committing crimes? It's his thing. He
Stealing our
should be
cars.
answering for that. You know, not us. Why are we answering for Batwa? The only person that should be answering for a South African, Harley, America, and whatnot, get Ramaphosa.
Yeah.
I don't know, no chotini, I'll be like, hey, stop treating the South African bad there. It's weird, dog. Like, I just wish people would follow that, man. Let's close it up, because, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, South Africa is a beautiful country. I don't know if you're not out there working, hustling, making money, to come back and feed your family. I don't know what you're doing out there.
Yeah,
like,
hustle,
stay
yo.
at home. It's
Hustle,
nice.
yo.
It's nicer here. Trust me. I know. And I'm from the Free State, and I can tell you that. You know, it's nicer here. People must just stop with the incompetency of them thinking that the government has to do everything for them. The government is not there to support you. It's there to govern the country. If we can stop this mpempe thing that we have been
And I've
doing
there's
for
a
so
reason
long,
why we have such words like
know?
that. Because we were never in favor.
it's not gonna
of
work in
that.
your favor.
We
mpempe.
never were in
Socialism
favor of such.
it's not gonna work in your favor. Go out there, hustle, do your thing if you can. You know. Now, if you can't, then there's so many ways of uplifting yourself. But in conclusion, I hope Africa wakes up. You know, Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali,
yeah.
those
What
countries.
the Sahel states.
The Sahel states.
Doing is
What they're doing is great. It's amazing. And we are looking at it, we'll be like, oh, I wish all Africans were on this, you know, so that we will decrease or reduce the need of politicians to tell us what to do. Once we get there, I mean, everything will be like this, smooth sailing. That's all I have to say.
I think we just hit the 40-minute mark, which was what the goal is, because like we can go on all day, guys. We can go on forever.
We got topics for days.
We won't stop, you know. But like, I think we tried to balance it out. We started out with some music, entertainment stuff, Grammys, all that, and we mixed it up with some of our stuff. And now we were trying to just get into the geopolitics of things, mix that up, and try to, you know, this is how we can move on forward, how the show can be. So we hope you guys can support us and see the vision of what we're trying to do here and accomplish. Like and subscribe, share the video.
Like and subscribe, share the video.
Make sure that you're tuning in every week, checking on the Ville. Yo, do they got something uploaded? What's going on? You know, so because we're gonna be very consistent.
Yeah,
this
we're gonna
year.
go from here. It's on up. Like from here, it's on up. We'll try to improve a lot of things, and you'll see as time goes, then the improvements.
And we want to update a lot of our South Africans that maybe aren't too familiar with this stuff. Like, from I mean, yes, but my fellow ninja right there, he's always up and up with the Sotho. So it's just, I feel like that's very important. Just for people who the geopolitics away from the radio, away from TV.
Because they're not going to tell you.
From Majita Blomelangasi, 99, Mike Inning, Kwakwa. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you want to know any information about Patoba Kwakwa, come to Kwakwa.
Yeah.
Talk to that grandmother that is selling Mazimba chips there at the corner there.
Yeah.
Ask them about these things. They will tell you what's really going on.
Yeah.
Now, you going on social media trying to find your information. There's a lot. The propaganda machine is at work here, people. Okay?
And guys, again, the show is bigger than just these two topics that we sort of touched on. We're just still working on a couple of things to really streamline everything. So like for now we're just shooting the ish, you know what I'm saying, just throwing things and seeing what sticks. But for now, thank you guys for joining. It's been your boy Vice
and Melito,
and we out. 2litreBoiZ
podcast. 2litreBoiZ ka ragame
kasibilate
la ka fitla ka 80
bafana bana se ba le teng ke diteba tse tsa makeneng bona hape ha ka pala meketsi. Okay, let me address the facts. Ba tshwana le abate le tla etsa se re le phakati